Welcome to Real Life Mentoring, where we explore real life issues to help you make an authentic difference in the world.
Hi, it's Chris and Christina back with Real Life Mentoring Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about relational needs. So maybe we back up first and talk about the importance of relationships.
Take away relationships in the world, and you have nothing but mundane tasks.
Wow.
Really. Not to be depressing or dramatic here, but remove relationships and you go to work and you earn a living. You come back home and you do the same thing. You go to sleep. Life is about relationships, a relationship with God, because He is our creator, and relationships with other people. So what if we cared about taking the time to understand ourselves better, what our relational needs are, and the relational needs of other people who are in our lives, with our spouses, our children, parents, siblings, and because we're a mentoring nonprofit, that we would care about the relational needs of those we mentor.
Yeah, real relationships take work, and there's lots of tools out there. You know, when one has a baby, the needs of a baby are very apparent. Oh, they're hungry. Oh, they're sleepy. Oh, they need a diaper change. Oh, it's time for the needs are apparent. But as we get older, needs necessarily aren't so hard or aren't so easy to identify. So this is an incredible tool that'll help do that.
Well, we have a grandson
Yeah.
who is, at this recording is not quite 11 months old. We've raised 3 daughters, and when we were in the middle of it, I was not able to clarify or see things like, oh, they have this need. I saw a need they need to eat or be changed or whatever. Christina, when our girls were babies, it did not resonate for me so easily that our girls needed to be hugged by dad, needed to be cuddled, needed to be talked to, even though they couldn't communicate back with us in ways that we would understand. So with our grandson, I have the privilege now of looking at him in the eyes and going, he has a relational need to be held, to be loved on, to be whispered and sung to. Does it make sense?
Yeah, exactly. So today, this podcast really is inspired by an organization called Relational Values, and you can find them at relationalvalues.com. And I'm just going to read what their website defines as their mission. They are a multicultural team who empower people to experience and reproduce great relationships. That's something we can stand by. They do that by helping others learn how to live out common relational values like respect, appreciation, compassion, and encouragement. They offer a variety of resources and workshops to help every dimension of relationships flourish. If you go to their website, there's an assessment. If you're a parent or if you're a single person with a niece or nephew in your life, they have assessments for children, for teenagers, and then 18 and above. And the assessment, the tool itself, asks you a variety of questions. There's 50 in total, based on the 10 relational needs. We're going to jump into those. But it's just a very helpful resource as you're in relationship with other people. Why is this important, Chris?
If I want to understand you as a person in my life,
and you do.
and
I
I
do
do.
want to understand
We've been married
me.
over 33 years, and we understand each other a lot at this point. But you will say something, or I will at some point, and we continue to realize we're still learning about each other. So relationships, it's not a negative, but they can be complicated because there are layers. And you go, all right, I think I've missed this with you.
Yeah.
And so we'll talk about later when we took the assessment, our results as well.
Yeah. So knowing your relational needs helps you do a couple of things. First of all, it helps you communicate your own needs. If you go to their website, you take the assessment and you go, my highest relational need is, for example, respect. Then you can tell those you're in close relationship with, hey, I just discovered, you will probably have already known that, but this is a need that I have, and it's a great talking point. Knowing relational needs also helps you know how to communicate with others. So if your significant other or your boss or a sibling has a relational need that's very different from yours, you can know how to better communicate with them based on their relational need. It also helps you know how to set boundaries. If you know what your relational needs are, If you know what the relational needs are of other people around you, you can help set healthy boundaries. And
To actually protect the relationship.
to protect both of you.
Right.
Right. And then it helps you know when you're missing each other. What we're going to do is we're going to go through each one of these. There's 10 of them, explain what they are. But we highly, highly, highly encourage you to go to their website, take the assessment. Once you do the assessment, then they have you score it. You take your top 3. Then you can go to, for example, one of my highest was respect. Then I can go to the Respect tab on the website and do another evaluation, and it gives me even more information. All this is free resources.
Because I love music so much, I
Yeah.
think later I'm going to find a song that fits with. Are there 10 of these?
There's 10.
Each one of those. So
Well, you say that on the website, there's actually 10 little cutesy videos that kind of explain with a song.
really,
yeah.
okay. Well,
All 10 of these.
I'm going to come up with my own. So yours is
goody.
respect, and what song would I be coming
Of
up with?
course, we know.
Respect yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay, we're
we have to make things fun sometimes to learn and to enjoy it.
Your relational need is to have fun. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just jump in with the first one. It's acceptance. So when acceptance is someone's top need, it's important that they're liked, even though they might be a little different. It's important that others don't try to change or fix them. Someone needing acceptance may need another to express love, even when they mess up. You might especially like to hear words like, hey, I love you just the way you are. So that's a snippet into the relational need of acceptance.
I accept that.
I'm so glad.
I accept that.
Okay, affection.
Okay, affection. When affection is someone's top need, they might especially feel loved when others give them hugs, kisses, or pats on the back. Not strangers, by the way.
Right.
They might really like it when someone puts their arm around them or sits close to them. They will likely enjoy hearing words such as, "You're really special," or "I love you" as well. "You mean the world to me. I care about you." Again, that is affection.
Right. And each of these 10, you will probably have a top 3. And when you know those, then you can understand yourself better, as well as explain yourself better to those you're in relationship. Appreciation. When appreciation is someone's top need, you like it when somebody recognizes your accomplishments or efforts, especially noticing the things that you've done. You might like to receive certificates, medals, trophies that represent your accomplishments. You might feel loved when you hear things like, hey, you did a terrific job, or you played a great game last night. It's important to know the difference between giving appreciation and meeting the need for approval. So this is a key point they talk about. Approval means recognize someone for their character, the kind of person they are. Appreciation focuses on recognizing a person for what they do. So approval is, I love you, I love you, you have value. Appreciation is, oh my gosh, that was the best meal I've ever had. Appreciation is my second. That's why I'm always fishing for, hey, Chris, that new recipe, you like it? Uh-huh. I want you to go, oh my gosh.
That's incredible.
That is the best meal I've ever had. Thank you for doing this. Yeah, so that's kind of how these play out.
It's everyday life things many times to help with this. Our youngest daughter is 21 at this point. When we were taking this assessment with her the other evening,
Yeah.
when it got to the appreciation point, she said, I don't think that's one of Dad's.
Yeah. Which isn't that funny because it's one of mine. Not usually, sometimes when you're in close relationship with people, your top 3 may be their bottom 3.
Right.
That's why relationships take work.
It doesn't mean I don't enjoy being appreciated.
It's not a need for you.
It's not that's a great point. It's
Right.
not a need. Again, let me go back for my own well-being, guys, and you as well as listeners. Relational needs.
Just like a baby needs to be fed and changed and have nap time, these are needs
It's
that
clicking for
help
me.
you feel good in relationship.
Like I never needed someone to give me a trophy.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I didn't. Our daughter joked about this. my college diplomas are hanging in my closet behind my shirts.
Right. And I don't need that either, unless you're going to give me a gift card to a coffee
Okay.
shop. But I want words. I want words of appreciation for the things that I do. It's a need.
But there's nothing wrong with someone hanging their diplomas
No.
in their front door if they want to, right?
So let's go to the next A word.
Okay, is approval.
It's approval, yeah.
When approval is someone's top need, you feel especially loved when others brag on you or speak well of you. It means that you like to be acknowledged for the kind of person you are, not just the things you do. You might also like it when someone affirms your character or says how proud they are to be in a relationship with you. You might especially like to hear words like, I am proud of you. You have such a kind and generous heart.
Mm-hmm. Again, that's a need. These are things that people need. And the last A word, you had something?
Well, let me just,
Yeah.
Christina, I really appreciate you. How's that? I just got that one in. All right.
But that was approval, I don't have that.
I approve you. I approve of this message. Okay, go ahead.
Attention. When attention is someone's top need, you might really like it when someone calls you just to say they were thinking about you or they want to spend time with you. You likely feel loved by individual, undivided listening, and when someone makes a special effort to get to know you and your needs. Words that might really resonate with you are, hey, tell me about your day, or how did your test go, or what would you like to do this weekend? So attention, specific attention.
Okay, comfort. When comfort is someone's top need, it's very important that others respond to your hurt with words, feelings, and a gentle touch. You might feel loved when others put their arms around you if you're feeling sad. You may like it when loved ones sit quietly beside you and are just with you during the difficult times. That's something I've really learned over the years.
Mm-hmm.
When I've been with people who are going through really difficult situations, sometimes the best thing I could do is just sit there with them and be quiet, but be there with them.
Yeah.
You even feel cared for when someone cries with you. You might like to hear words such as this: I'm sad for you. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Or, I know you're really disappointed. I feel a lot of compassion for you.
Again, these are relational needs. And if you take the assessment, the top 3, these are things that really help you feel seen, heard, valued as a person. What this is not is an excuse to go, oh, well, comfort's not one of my top 3. I don't need to do that. No. The people that I live with, you and Libby, our needs, some of them are very, very different. Like it's some things that I scored the lowest on. That does not give me an out to go, well, sorry, I'm not going to try to meet your needs there. That's not what a loving relationship does. I'm going to become a student of, okay, how do I present in that need that you so obviously need?
On the other side, I could start my day and go, okay, Christina.
Meet my needs.
Meet my needs. And if you don't,
right,
there's a problem.
right.
We're talking about being healthy with
Right.
this. But if we could all just acknowledge, we all have some needs.
Yeah,
There's no shame in that. That's not a weakness. That's how God has made us.
That's
we
right.
all have needs.
Yeah.
And we want to grow and develop meaningful relationships. And by doing that, one aspect is understanding people's relational needs.
Well, and that's why at the top we said when you know that these are your needs, you can communicate them. You can also know how to communicate with others, but then you can set boundaries. If I know that one of my top needs is mine is respect, then things that feel very disrespectful to me, I can set a boundary for someone I'm in relationship with because that's a need for me. I'm protecting myself. I'm helping our relationship by going, hey, it's hurtful when you do this or that.
Let's just put it on the table. You're talking about me sometimes.
No.
Yes, as your spouse.
Oh, sure,
You've had
but
to
I'm
do-
not. I'm actually
Right,
thinking
but
of someone else.
you had to do that with me before.
Oh, sure.
And I didn't see it as being disrespectful at all, but you helped me understand that.
Yeah. So you've got needs. I know what they are. So you can express them. You can be healthy. You can have healthy boundaries. And people around you can become students of that.
We have to, in order for us to express what our needs are, relational needs, we have to be okay with it ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to decide there's no shame in this. It's not a weakness.
Mm-hmm.
We all have them. Otherwise, we won't express them and people around us will miss them many times.
Right. If we fail to set out boundaries, then
Well, first
that's
of all,
on us.
share what they are.
Yeah.
And then when someone does not honor that relational need, then the boundary
Yeah.
needs to be put in.
Okay, encouragement. So when encouragement is your top relational need, you like it when others cheer you on towards a goal. You might feel especially loved when someone calls to inspire you on your big day or gives you a note expressing their belief in you. You love it when a friend or a loved one sends a text that says, "You can do it." Or you might enjoy hearing words such as, "I know you can make it. Don't give up. I believe in you. You've got this." Now, that's a top need. Does everybody like encouragement? Probably. I do. Is it my top need? No, it's not. So when you take the test, if this is a top relational need, these are things that you really do need in relationship.
Okay, next one is yours, or your top one anyway. Respect. I'm going to read this, and it'll resonate with you even more. When respect is your top relational need, it's particularly important for others to communicate that they value you.
Oh, yeah.
Your ideas, your opinions, and even your schedule.
Yes.
That's definitely you.
Yeah.
You might like to be given the freedom to do a job in your own way, or for others to listen to you without interrupting.
Amen.
Okay? It's likely very important for others to check with you before making plans that affect you. I've learned that to be true. You may also feel it's essential that others use an appropriate tone of voice with you and apologize if they've done something to hurt you.
Oh, yeah.
You may enjoy hearing words like, "I'd like to hear your idea. What do you prefer?" And "I was wrong. Will you please forgive me?"
Yep.
Okay.
Tick, 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 tick. Again.
By the way, respect was one of my top as well.
Exactly.
What does that mean for us as a married couple?
We better be showing lots of respect. Again, are all these things lovely? Yes. But when someone has one of their top relational needs, again, these are not just lovely platitudes. These are things that they really need for healthy relationships.
We won't go into personality assessments on this episode, but the aspect which fits you with under the category of respect, it's very important for others to check with you before making plans that affect you. That's more important for you than it is for me.
Yeah.
And I think it plays into our personalities. Okay, that's no big deal. But
Well, because my schedule is a high priority.
So that you guys, as you listen to this, each of these characteristics may not quite fit you, but the gist of it would.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. Okay, last two. You guys have been so patient. So is security. When security is your top relational need, it's very important for you to experience safety and trust. Maybe especially important that there are no threats and no aspects of harm in your environment and your relationship. You feel secure when someone constantly provides for your needs. They're dependable, they keep their promise, and don't lose your temper with you. You might like to hear words like, "I'm here for you. We're going to work this out. I'm going to keep my promise to you." I think that sometimes relational needs like security can come out of someone who has not had that or who had trauma in their childhood. So security is a high need for them.
That may have been one of my higher ones. I don't remember, but it would resonate with considering my dysfunctional childhood, where the ability to trust people, that they're going to do what they say they will do.
Yeah. If they're going to follow through, if they're going to show up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last one, support. When support is your top relational need, you feel loved when someone comes alongside you and provides gentle, appropriate help with a problem or a struggle. It means that you like it when others help you with a big project, teach you how to do something, or are willing to do the hard things together. You might especially like to hear these words, "I'll be glad to help you. Just let me know," and "Would you like me to try this first step together with you? How can I pitch in?"
So if that is your top need, if that describes you, then others around you, you can learn how to ask for help. Or, "Hey, it's really helpful when I've got XYZ going on for you to come alongside or at least to offer." I think these relational needs are great for teams. If you're at a work team, families, I sent this out to all of our family members. I want to know how to love and be in relationship well. I want to know their needs. And yet I want my needs to be known too. Any closing thoughts?
I think just simplifying it here, go ahead and make the decision that you are a person like the rest of us who have relational needs.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's actually a gift
Yeah.
God's given us.
Yeah.
Then take this assessment and find out what your top relational needs are. And then maybe you look into your significant relationships, such as if you're married, have children, whatever, and find out, are my relational needs being met in these very important relationships? If not, that's probably a good topic,
starting point.
a good starting point.
Yeah.
Have conversations. Take a date with your spouse and talk
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, it sounds like this is easy to do. We miss each other sometimes.
Yeah.
As people, we just will, and it may bring up some stress. Well, this is my relational needs. One of my relational needs, and you've never met it, or you haven't met it in the last month. We hope that doesn't happen, but it could.
Right.
So just take a deep breath and say, this is actually for our benefit. So we connect well, and this relationship grows to some levels that we really care about.
Because we have meaningful relationships with all kinds of people. We've got some single friends. And if you're a single person, if you're in a faith community, in a community group, or you've got a strong inner core, ask the people around you to take this test. I think the needs of singles get so overlooked, and I just think this is a great assessment for others around you to know how to best meet your needs in relationship. Today's talk has been inspired by the organization Relational Values. You can find them on the website at relationalvalues.com. They have assessments that are free. They are for different age groups, and we just highly, highly recommend that. So if you'll listen today, would you do us a favor? Would you like and subscribe to this podcast? If you'd like to contribute a financial gift, hey, we'd love that. Just go to FahrenheitMentoring.org, click on the podcast tab, and there'll be directions on how to donate to the podcast. Today has been brought to you by Commercial Brick. They're a family-owned business since 1975, focusing on quality product for their customers. If you'd like to find out more information, go to commercialbrick.com. As always, thank you for listening to Real Life Mentoring Podcast.